Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game 2 of the semifinals between Much and Stork. And this is again the World Cyber Games Korea Tournament to determine who goes on to represent Korea in the World Cyber Games Grand Finals. Looks like purple is going to be Much. He's from Team CJ, by the way. That's how I could tell. I can't quite make out the Korean names just yet. But you could tell because CJ is Much's team, Stork being from Samsung Con, recent winners of the Pro League Finals. A very big win for Samsung, by the way, coming back and winning the Pro League Finals after getting pretty much owned in the Grand Finals, or owned in the in the Grand Finals of the Pro League between them and LACAF from the previous 2 seasons. In any case, Stork again in teal in the top right hand corner. Worked for him pretty much last time. I love you so much. Ha ha ha! That's good. That's good. I like it. I like Much as well. I'm torn in this match. Usually I have someone that I'm kind of rooting for, at least a little bit. But in this match, I mean, I like both these players. I'd like for them both to go on and see them in the World Cyber Games Grand Finals. I can't really root for either one at this point. But I guess theoretically, whoever loses could go on and face the loser of Jaedong versus Luxury and still win that, get third place, and still be able to go to the World Cyber Games in Korea. But we will have to see. So, in any case, well, I guess, oh, that's interesting. I guess there's not going to be any Terrans representing Korea because they've all been eliminated. There's just 2 Zergs and 2 Protoss left. So it's going to be 2 of one and 1 of the other. In any case, let's see here. We got Much again, almost psychically crossing the map. And he's not doing this because he just thinks it's cool to go across the map. I mean, it's becoming fairly common these days. Well, I won't say common, but it's more. I'm seeing more of it, I guess, to see players cross the map through the middle to check for proxies in the middle, especially on a map like this one where it's easier to put proxies in the middle. You could put basically the only other places you could put a proxy would be kind of like the other person's spawn, because the normal scouting routes are going to show you where the normal scouting routes are going to go through other places where you could put proxies, I guess. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So Stork again going straight for the core, going straight for a tech build. Oh, the probe, Much's scouting probe dies, but not before it gets a little manor pylon in there. Looks like it's stuck 1 probe, and it's delayed mining on 2 mineral patches. So that's not too bad of a manor pylon there. And now Much, he's sending some zealots, but he's also getting his core up. Now he made the zealot. Actually, no, Stork has made a zealot as well. I didn't see if Much made a second zealot, but his core was a little bit delayed, maybe because of the manor pylon, theoretically. I mean, he has spent an extra 100 minerals on that. And here comes Much's zealot coming in here. He's going to try and take out some probes. This is a pretty common tactic, but Stork already has a Dragoon out, so that zealot is probably not going to be able to take any probes out, knowing Stork's micro. As soon as a probe gets attacked, it's probably going to, yeah, see, he attacks the probe, and Stork calls the probe off to a different mineral patch. So, and the Dragoon is just going to be able to chase it down and kill it before it's able to do any damage. Sometimes when there's only zealots around, that zealot can sneak in there and kill off some probes. And he may be able to sneak in here and actually get another couple hits in. He gets 1 hit, 2 hits. Oh, 3 hits! He takes out a probe after all. Very, very nice micro by Much. Excellent, excellent micro on his part. Confusing the heck out of that Dragoon in his own mineral line. There's the second Dragoon to finally finish off that zealot. But, you know, that zealot was worth it, I think. He delayed for a while. Well, I don't know, 100 minerals for 50 minerals. Not, I guess, terribly worth it, but it did its job well, at least. At least it wasn't just a wasted zealot early on. Well, I guess he could have kept it alive and used it later on, but taking out a probe this early on is rather important. He delayed a little bit of mining on a couple other probes and distracted Stork. It's funny because, I mean, these players are just so good, though, that it's really difficult to honestly distract them. I mean, that's the reason why players do harassment, is you want to try and throw off your opponent's build order, try and get them to make a mistake in their build order so that their units, their tech units and everything are going to be a little bit delayed, their plans are going to be a little bit messed up. But usually players of this caliber, I mean, I mean, not even just pro gamers. Some pro gamers do get flustered from harassment, and players have lost games in pro league and in individual leagues and things because of that sort of harassment. But you know, players of Much's caliber and Stork's caliber are not going to fall for that. So we do have a little bit of a diversion again here. Uh, uh, a diversion in strategy, I should say. Much has going for a little bit later tech. Well, again, I mentioned earlier that he had gone for a later core, but he's a little bit behind on his robotics facility as well. Stork going directly for the robotics facility after getting his Nexus up there. Or actually, he may have been around the same time. I didn't catch which one was first. But both players are at least getting their expansions up at about the same time. So they're going to be pretty even economically. I mean, no major damage has been done to either one's economy. Oh, okay. So Much has his robotics facility up as well. Observatory going up first. So actually, I guess he's not really that far behind after all. He's only a little bit behind on the tech. Now, Stork putting down some more gateways. It looks like both players basically just trying to macro up here. This is a really good map for that. Oh, Stork, interesting. He pulling some Dragoons back from his ramp. I guess he wanted to hide how many troops he had, maybe try and convince Much, if Much sent in an attack force or a scouting probe or something like that, he wouldn't be able to see all those forces, and so maybe he was trying to convince Much, if that happened, that he'd gone for some extra tech or something like that, and I'm not exactly sure what he might be going for. That would take up extra minerals that he would be short on Dragoons, but any little thing like that to try and deceive your enemy it can be important because, I mean, that's why you see scouting play such a large role in these pro games, is because whatever information you can gather about your opponent, what they're doing, is going to affect exactly what you're going to do with your plans instead, what you're going to build. And at such a pro level, it's absolutely critical because they know exactly what to build to counter whatever is going on in their opponent's base. So, that observer is going to pass the other observer, and Much is going to see Stork's observer, but I'm not sure if he's going to try and pick it off or not. Much is distracted in the middle. His force is getting caught a little bit out of position here, and he's short a Dragoon as well. Much, nice, very nice, picking off the observer with Stork's army, though, and that may make Stork a little bit reluctant to go in if he's afraid of Dark Templar or something like that. He's not. Well, I guess he had that other observer in Much's base, and if Much didn't kill that one off, then that could be bad. But what he's not going to be able to do is he's not going to be able to use... Okay, now he's got a second observer coming in. Much sees this coming, as he's going to pull his probes away a little bit here. But what he could have done is, as you can see, he's kind of camping his Dragoons below that mineral line. With the observer to spot, they'd actually be able to see the probes on the mineral line and be able to attack them there. Much apparently just doesn't have enough troops to move out and... well, yeah, I guess he does, actually. He has a little, I think, an extra Dragoon over Stork at this point. So he's going to be able to move out. Now, this is critical battle here. Much has a Reaver. Stork does not have a Reaver with him yet. I'm not sure if he's building Reavers back at his home base or not. Stork seems a little bit shocked by that Reaver. And there's the Reaver going down. Stork spending a lot of time chasing that shuttle and losing 2 Dragoons. The shuttle stays alive critically, so the Reaver is not going to be immobile. The Reaver is going to be able to follow those Dragoons, although Much has to be very, very, very careful with his troops now because, yeah, that shuttle could easily get sniped. It's only got 1 hit, possibly 2 hits left on it, but enough that it could get sniped, just snapped away in a moment's notice. It looks like, let's see, 15... shields, it looked like, and maybe 5 health on it. So I think it probably does have 2 hits left on it, on that shuttle. And now he's got 2 Reavers in it, so this is going to be huge. If Much loses that shuttle, then that's game. But at the same time, he has 2 Reavers. Stork does not appear to have any Reavers. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. With his tech here. And a battle coming up. Much needs to watch out. He cannot lose that shuttle. The Reavers go down. 1 Reaver gets sniped. He brings the shuttle a little bit too far back. Oh, the shuttle gets sniped! Suicide Dragoon, Kamikaze Dragoon running in, sniping the shuttle, taking the last hit on that shuttle. Absolutely brilliant by Stork, taking out the shuttle with the Reaver inside it. And now Much is at a major disadvantage because he was a little bit low on Dragoons after that, not the last battle, but the second last battle. Stork producing a lot of Dragoons, getting a 3rd Nexus down. I'm not sure what Stork is doing. I'm not sure why he isn't teching it all. Or maybe we just haven't seen it. He's got the robotics facility. He's got observers out, but it looks like he's just going to go balls out dragoons. He's got extra gateways over much, and I guess he's just going to try and, you know,